Hello everyone, you are on Mobi channel and this is an urgent, would even say emergency, because recently a new 73rd episode of SKIBIDI Toilet was released. It came out quite unexpectedly and in fact we were really not ready for these events, because here we were not only shown the logical continuation of the last 72 episode, but also their showed his past, and believe me there is something to tell you about. Also I noticed a lot of small details that you may not have noticed, and if you want to know what became of TV Woman, then be sure to watch this video to the end, and also show this video elite cameraman. Also be sure to subscribe to the channel and give this video a like and also join my Discord server. But anyway we are starting. The episode starts very unusually, namely from the moment when Plungerman died, and together with him his faithful friend Dark Speaker Man died. We see everything happening in the episode on behalf of Camera Woman. She tries to comfort her friend Speaker Woman, but she is very sad that she lost her friend in this battle. Then POV Camera Woman looks at Plungerman again and in this moment he finally dies. And if you look closely, you can see green sparks on him in addition to the blue sparks. Remember this moment. I think we'll need it in the future. Then Camera Woman tries to help her friend, but it's too late and she can't do anything about it. Then she rewinds the tape to remember the events of episode 57 when Plungerman was badly damaged and TV Woman moved him to a safe place. Then we rewind again and see the events of episode 52, when we see Camera Woman for the first time in the show. We are then transported to the time when Titan Speaker Man was infected with the parasite, and as we can see Plungerman used to wear a black shirt with a red tie. And by the way, these are the events of episode 35, when the infected Titan, along with the G-Toilet Titan, found a secret agent lab where the Alliance developed an anti-parasitic cannon. We are then transported to the events of episode 23, when Titan Cameraman underwent treatment and upgrades in the Alliance lab. Here we can also notice Plungerman, who is also wounded, and next to him is his friend, Scientist Cameraman. Then we move again to the old episodes and this time we see episode 14. At this point we can also notice another old and very important character of the series. It is Simp Cameraman, and as you can see, he is again sitting and looking at the picture of TV Woman on his tablet. And also here again you can see Plungerman in his old clothes, and it seems that after these events in this episode, he was badly wounded, after which he was treated in the laboratory of the Alliance, together with the Titan Cameraman. But what we were shown next surprised me. After all, we're shown people. We see a pretty girl setting up a camera to capture the moment in which they are working. She's quite funny here, as she asks you to like this video right now, and then gets to work with her co-workers. There is also another character looking at the camera and he reminds me of a secret agent, but in his youth. Back then he apparently had longer hair than he does now and was just as funny a dude as the girl we were talking about the other day. As for the characters in question, personally, I'm assuming it's a cameraman scientist, but in the past, and it's a Plungerman, but also in the distant past. But if you have other theories on this, then by all means post them in the comments. Next we see that they have entered some kind of command on the computer, and behind their protective glass you can see a burst of strong blue energy. I suppose they could be experimenting with a time machine, or a machine that can open portals to other dimensions. This moment also reminded me of the first part of Spider-Man Across Universes. Next we see interference and the camera gradually gets farther away. And as you can see, all this time Camera Woman was watching her life, specifically certain moments in which Plungerman was present. Also an interesting fact is that her number on the tablet is number 69. That's an interesting detail, but we're moving on, because the Alliance helicopter has delivered their new location, and next we see Camera Woman's epic fight with the toilets. She has a pretty aggressive fighting style, and besides her guns on her hands, she uses a Plungerman plunger. She successfully and epically defeats the new enemy that we were shown in the second leak for episode 73. Next, she helps Camera Woman's engineer to stand up. But they are being attacked more and more, and then Camera Woman activates aimbot and thanks to her improvements, easily destroys 6 enemies. Her volleys are similar to those of the Strider cameraman we saw in episode 72. Next, she turns on her allies again and they again ask you to put a like under this video. But you can also spot a secret agent lurking behind them here, next to the fire. He's pretty clearly visible, but the agents don't notice him. Next, the small squad of cameramen is attacked by some Skibidi Rambo, because his main weapon is literally his hands and his large size, compared to the agents. He confidently goes at the Camera Woman, but she is not afraid of him and is ready to take the fight. But suddenly the opponents in the sky notice something terrible and unexpected, from which they even decide to fly away. And it is good that this Skibidi Rambo had time to fly away, because then the robot scientist flew and began to attack the opponents. But how is this possible, if we all personally saw how the scientist died? And everything is simple, because as I said before, it is just a big robot, and as we learn further, it is controlled by TV Woman. And when Camera Woman found out about it, she liked it. Next we see 3 containers, which as we know contain the scientist's latest Skibidi inventions. But then there is also a 4th container, which is safely knocked down by TV Woman controlling the big Skibidi robot scientist. The container falls to the ground and G-Toilet is surprised that the scientist is alive, and as you can guess, my theory that Titan G-Toilet was surprised to see the scientist Skibidi turned out to be correct, so be sure to watch all my videos with theories and leak analysis. Jimmy is also surprised that the scientist is now fighting for the Alliance for whatever reason. But after a small blow, Jimmy realized that this robot is controlled by an Alliance agent and so directed the power of his lasers at him, and Skibidi robot with an explosion falls to the ground. And of course you have a logical question, and whether TV Woman survived after such a fall? I think so, and in addition to that I can assume that at the time of the fall TV Woman was able to jump and save herself in time. She is a trained agent, she survived, so don't worry and try to calm the cameraman down. Further, toilets again want to take the container, but Camera Woman detains them. She, without unnecessary words and actions, just destroys these toilets, which transported this cargo, but they survived, and Jimmy did not like that she tried to do this and he directed his lasers at Camera Woman. But in time Titan Speaker Man appeared in the location and was able to intercept the cargo again, and this time the toilets transporting it by air were destroyed. Also after Titan Speaker Man came Titan Cameraman and also teleported Titan TV Man. Titan also uttered a phrase that goes something like this: "There's nowhere to run." To which the G-Toilet Titan also responded to them all with a phrase that goes like this: "Fools, you don't know what's coming." And you know, he did it in plain English, and perhaps this is another fact that confirms that the Titan G-Toilet is an Astro Toilet. Then when the camera pans back to the Titan TV Man, he says another phrase that goes like this: "Whatever's coming, you won't live to see it." The Titan G-Toilet then just starts charging his lasers, and that's the end of the first part of episode 73. Write in the comments how you like this episode, and be sure to write your theories in the comments, because the most interesting of them will be in my next video, with theories about what could happen next. And now you have my other videos on your screen. Choose your favorite and have fun watching.